Carmella-T. I hope you're having a beautiful day, beautiful holiday season. So December came in pretty darn rough. It really did. Today, here in Vermont, in northern Vermont, the wind was extremely strong today. I think it reached up to 60 miles an hour. And I mean, yeah, they were saying if you don't have to travel, don't. So that went on for a really good part of the day, most of the day. And it did settle down and just turn to rain. And then I understand tonight it's going to go to freezing cold. So if you are new to the channel, we create with our recycled materials, fabrics, and supplies. And it's our way to give the earth a little hug. And we do many different projects on this channel, and from using recycled yarns to create, to organic yarns, to needle felting wool, to using scrap fabrics and creating Boro Sashiko inspired projects, many different projects. I really want to get into the junk journals pretty soon. So anyway, with that today, the little bit of yarn that I have, I wanted to choose a brighter color to make another mandala. So what we're doing, for those of you who, if you didn't see the last few videos, we are creating a blanket. It's going to be about 35 inches by 35 inches, and it's going to have the chakra colors. So, and we review what the chakra colors mean, and because they each have a meaning, and because I'm not a certified or any of that in chakra, I give you the meditation and the affirmations and what the meanings as I understand them. So they do go greatly into depth if you wanted to study them. But for those of you who are just learning, so the red is that's down in your pelvic area below your belly button, and red means safety and protection. Hi, how are you today? Thanks for being here. We're just reviewing our chakra colors before we start crocheting another mandala. And remember, these mandalas can be any size that you want them to be. I am making all different sizes, and then when we put them together, I'll be bringing you along with me on each one. So yeah, red is protection and safety, and saying, I have the right to be safe. People around me have the right to be safe. I have the right to be protected. And I am a protector and advocate for those who can't be for themselves. Orange is your inspiration, your motivation, and those are just on the surface. There's probably deeper meaning and creativity, and this is a huge one for me, and I love to say I am motivated, I am inspired, I am creative. I want to continue to always be creative and to share it. So the yellow, and you see I'm wearing yellow today, yellow I love. Yellow is in your solar plexus area, so it's just above your belly button. And that is, stands for in chakra, being, being inspired, no, I'm sorry, being empowered, being enlightened, that being confident. You have the right to become. This is one I'll go through times in my life. I'll say a lot. I have the right to be confident. I love to see others confident. I love to see others empowered. I have the right to be empowered too. You know, like that, especially if you're struggling with it, you want to say it right out loud. I am empowered. I enjoy being empowered. I enjoy being enlightened. And then green is the heart area. Green is your compassion and your heart and your gratitude. So it stands for things like gratitude. A well-known one is forgiveness. And that's a really difficult one for people. Gratitude is another one. I think people get, they forget, you know what I mean? That maybe even the little bit they have is like nowadays, especially, something to be really thankful for. So, anyway, so that's that. And then we got here to our throat chakra, which is a light blue. And the throat chakra is essentially speaking truth, you know, aligning yourself with what you feel inside and representing that in your speech and with your values of life. So that's your throat chakra. And then up here is your indigo. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to, I'm just going to put these to the side. What I want to do tonight is, oh, I hope I have indigo, is I want to, yes, I believe that I do. Indigo is your dark, dark blue. And yeah, we have some here. So not a lot right now, but I've got some. So your, I'll just start it as we go and then we can talk. This is a little tangled, so we'll see how far we get. But yeah, I'll be coming on here. This is a project that's going to take us a little time, and it's going to take us time. So if you don't have your yarn yet, don't worry. I'll be on here a few more times between now, definitely between now and the end of the month. And because it's the Christmas season, and I also have some things going on behind the scenes, I am super busy. But you know what? There is nothing. Hi, how are you? Thank you for being with me, guys. Thank you for being with me. I don't know, name? My name is Carmella. You're with Echo Art with Carmella. So anyway, the indigo means right here, your third eye. You see how I'm tapping right here? Okay, that is actually, oh, thank you. You know, I had a Mrs. Bonito, and guess what she taught? Spanish. She did. I took three years of Spanish and 4 years of Latin. And can I tell you something? I loved Latin. I loved it. And it was something that, being in an Italian speaking household, and Italian and Spanish are very close together in language. And then Latin is the basis. Latin is, oh, love, love Latin. Anyway, so with that, so this is your third eye. It represents your third eye. This is where your dreams and your visions. So when you're meditating, or at least when I'm meditating in chakra, using chakra as a guide, because when I meditate and I pray, I'm praying to Jesus. I am using chakra as a guide for me. Like it's a guide through, it just helps me like focus on my heart, focus on my truth. You know what I mean? Focus, like reflect and pray about it to be better holistically, and to, you know, Jesus is truth, to represent truth, to be honest, to be and helpful and kind to people. All of these things that, believe me, at times people can really make that a challenge. Make it a challenge. Okay, so if you're going to make a circle or a mandala with me, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any weight yarn and really any size hook. I am using a J hook, or sometimes known as 10, J or K, and I'm using a medium weight acrylic yarn. These are from the I may have some that I bought, yes, but mostly from the thrift shop. So now what you're going to do is simply do a slip stitch and connect your chain 5 because that's the beginning of your circle. Choose whatever stitch you want. Now what I'm going to do first is one chain, and I'm going in the next space, and I'm going to do a double crochet stitch, and I'm going to keep it simple like I've been doing. Chain one, next space, double crochet, stitch. And you're probably saying, well, Carmella, how do you know you're going around that circle, that it's not going to get tight, it's not going to be too loose? This is what you're going to watch for. You use what one of my viewers called intuitive stitching. I call it creative, but I feel like I need to adopt that name, intuitive, because I love, love, love it. And she's absolutely right. It's intuitive because you're using your experience as you go along to assess what it is you're going to be doing and next. And creativity with this, being creative, like deciding you want to add a little loop-de-loops. You know what I want to make, and maybe we'll do that here tonight, let's see, is I want to make one with just all, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's just all chains. Oh, it's so fun and so pretty. It's lovely. The thing you need to be careful of with that is keeping your chains the same number. Like if you're doing 3 chains, be consistent. And if you're going to change, okay, make sure you don't have to be completely through a round, but it's not a bad idea. But if it's getting tight and you feel like you need to make it 4 chains, go ahead and make it 4, but stay consistent. You know what I mean? Because if you go without any rhyme or reason and you're going from 3 to 2 to 4 to 5, it's going to be uneven as all heck. See how careful I was with my words? So anyway, if you're making someone a Christmas present, this is lovely. You know, I wanted to make more Christmas presents this year, and I've got so much going on. I think they might fall into the new year, some of these. And okay, so now what I love about this yarn right now is that it's variegated. So I do have the blue, and it's a very, you can see it's a pretty, can you see it? It's a nice indigo blue, and that's a lovely chakra. I mean, it's really meeting the chakra indigo blue color. I love that. I love that. It's somehow I have these colors. I think I have them because I'm always gravitating towards those colors, and they're just cheer me up, and they have meaning. I love the meanings. And you know, there's a whole deep science to this. Excuse me, actually. Okay, so now I'm starting another round, and you see how how the mandala is nice and flat. It's not curling or anything. It's just lovely. It's nice and flat. Okay, so because of that, I will continue just doing my double crochet, and I need to try to pull this up. I have a feeling I will be changing my color over sooner than later because, oh, okay, I guess it got away from we got the knot out there. Okay, so I chained 1 upon completing my round, and I completed my round just with a slip stitch. And now I'm just going into the very next space, and I'm doing a double crochet. Chain 1 in the very next space, wherever that is there, double crochet. And that's how I'm just going around this like that, and just going into the space stitches, not these spaces. Okay, I'm going into, see here, let's see if I can show you these spaces. What's the difference? You're probably saying, well, what's the difference? The difference is, if you go into these spaces, okay, you go into this space, make a double crochet, chain one, double crochet. It's going to pull quicker. It's going to tighten on you. You're going to have to add more stitches. The reason is up here, as you go into each space, they're much closer. The stitches are right close together. I guess that's the best way to explain that. So, because the large spaces like that are farther from each other. So that one chain doesn't give you much length, let's put it that way, as you're doing your round. So this is just a lovely, you see my birds back here, they're resting. It's you know, it's nighttime right now for them, so when the sun starts to go down, they start to kind of just relax for the rest of they're very active during the day though. Okay, so this is what I'm doing all the way around. Chain one, double crochet. Chain one, double crochet into the next space, into your next space, stitch or stitch space, however you want to say. Chain one and double crochet into my very next stitch space. Chain one, double crochet into my next stitch space. Now, the lovely thing about the mandalas is you can get as creative as you want. You can put kind of little fringes on them. You can thread beads into them. You can sew buttons onto them. You know, make them really super interesting and fun. Make them you. And if you're making a blanket, or you can take your chakra mandalas, and we're going to do this because this is a, you know, I made a chakra scarf with the mandalas. I used lacy crochet thread, and I crocheted all the circles, the mandalas, and I sewed them onto a silky, kind of like Boro Sashiko, couple of different fabrics. You've seen it. So that is one way to make a chakra scarf. Another way is you take just your circles that you're making and simply connect them, you know? So they're just circles. And that's a really fun way to do, to create chakra, project, a scarf. And you're probably saying, well, why are you doing the chakra projects? The thing is, when you do them, guess what? They're in your visual. They're reminding you. These colors are significant. They're meaning something. So you take them, interweave them into your life, your values, your prayers, your reflections. They're right there. It really makes a difference to see them. So, okay, now I'm coming to a close. I can do a couple things. I can simply go in, I can simply do a stitch and go into my next space here, closing this, and close that round. And I'll have another double crochet right here, starting the next round. Or I can simply close the round like this with a slip stitch. Okay, now that closed my round. See how it just closes your round. Okay, and then you take another piece of, you take your next, here, I'll show you. So close it and leave a tail. So you're going to clip it off, leave a good tail, because what you want to do is be able to just crochet into the next. So what we're going to do, I really want to use this bright pink. And you're like, well, that's not chakra, Carmella. But this is beautiful. This is it's like a violet. No, it is. It's like, it's a dark pink. It's a dark pink. So the crown chakra can be, you see it represented as like violet, um, maybe golden, maybe silver, um, pinkish. It can be. So it can be. You can use that if you want to. But it's also a form of red. So I could do a couple of things. I could use red, or I can use a form of red. I personally do like this color and would like to add it. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm going to, I think I'm gonna do just a half double crochet. Half double crochet. You see how I have the strands on? I'm gonna pull through two. Put, oh no, that's a double crochet. I'm sorry, hold on. Maybe I'll do a single. It might be easier for me right now. I want it to be close to the parameter. I'm just going to pull it through and do a single. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going into the very next crocheted stitch. I'm doing a single. I'm doing a single because this is just easier for me right now. And I think it's going to look much prettier. I'm not doing any chains right now. I'm just going simply right into the next stitch. I'm not going into the large spaces. Now, right now, if I went into those large spaces, now this is some creative crochet for you. You see those large spaces? Let's say I go all the way around with my single crochet. Let's say your next round, you want to make it really different. Use a bright color or something and crochet over this row into your next large space. And it really does make it pretty because it we can try it. Let's see here. Let me just go all the way around first. I'd kind of like to try it. It should look like a little flower. And that's just a little creative crochet, but I'll show you what I mean. But you can get really, really creative and have a lot of fun with your crochet. You don't need to do, and you can crochet on top of the crochet. You can crochet cables across, or cable-like chain across the mandala making designs. You can surpass a couple of rows and use your stitch connection in, like I said, in like these spaces. So I'll show you that next. We'll do that and make this really pretty. So now if this starts to tighten up on me, I'll add a stitch, like a chain, stitch, but it's not, it's fun. Look how pretty that is. You see, let me turn it, you see? See how pretty that's coming out? Just lovely. Okay, so the mandalas can, they don't all have to be uniform and looking the exact same. You can create different stitches as you go along. So if you're just learning to crochet or you're getting back into it, this is a lovely project to do because you can use whatever stitch you're really, really comfortable with. You know, so because you don't want it to be stressful or anything like that. Just keep it the stitches that you know. And use your intuitive, your okay, so here what I'm going to do, I'm going to now, again, I'm going to cut this tail. I'm going to leave it long. And I want to use a yellow. But now you're going to see this is going to really transform now. Okay, so this is not a pattern, it's just creative. So what I'm going to do now is I'm not going into the pink, you know, this pink row we just did. I'm going to go down past it. Let's just see what it looks like for the heck of it. And I want to do, I'm not going to do a triple. I could do a triple, but I'll do a double because I want this to stand out. And I'm going to chain because I want to come down. I want to start working in these spaces. You're going to see this. Hang on. Let me just do a couple and then I'll show you what's happening. It's going to be pretty. You see? Do you see? I'm working in the spaces now. I'm using a much thicker yarn. I'm still using my K-hook. I'm making a chain and I'm doing a double crochet, but I'm going all the way down here. And you're like, well, what the heck are you doing, Carmella? Because you're going backwards, but you're not. You're really just doing a design. Look, you're doing a design. And you're like, well, you're covering up the pink, but you're really not. The pink is subtly, the pink, I'll show you on this side. The pink is subtly showing through. It's a design. It's just how you want it to be. And you're giving yourself, whoops, which way was I going? You're giving yourself experience in what happens when you try these different stitches and you know, you work past the certain boundaries that you're used to, this traditional boundary of row by row. And there are patterns out there that I've seen in my life that will use, oh, that pulled, it did pull. So hold on, I skipped a stitch somewhere. I think it's here maybe. Or maybe now I need to add, when it starts to curve on you, it means you need to add like a chain. Okay, because see, that one chain may not be enough to, it may still be like not making enough length for you to grab that next space. Let's see where it tightened. It may be right here. But there are patterns that actually, yeah, starting to tighten. So what I'm going to do is add a double crochet in there. And I'm going to do a chain. And I'm going to do one double crochet in the next space. And in the next space, I'm going to do, again, 2 double crochets. And see if that accommodates the diameter, the length. It's still a little tight there. So I'm going to do a chain and I'll do a double crochet, another chain, and 2 double crochet, 2 double crochet in the same space. That gives a little length to your diameter there. And we'll just finish this round, and then I'm going to show you, because anyway, I've seen this in patterns, in projects through my life, that you skip a row and go down to the next. So there's different ways to do it. But I really, really love it if there's a nice bright color that's just kind of catches your eye, because it does get covered, but you'll see in a second, it's kind of adding in a very subtle, lovely way. your design. It's adding to your design, whatever you're designing. But this is a mandala. This is just a circle. So it's not like we are, you know, creating a sleeve or a cardigan, or, you know, we're creating a mandala. It's a part of a whole. You know, we'll be building a blanket with it. But this is pretty. And so I'm going to turn this now around in a minute because we're almost done with it here. And I'm going to do 2 double crochet in this space. This yarn kind of comes apart. It's the Homeland or something, homespun or something like that. I've had a problem with it forever. It untwists extremely easily. So, okay, now right here, I'm going to close my round, you see? Now, I can close it or I can just continue the stitch. But what I'm going to do is close it simply with a slip stitch, and I'm working at the top. You see here? At the top. Because if you don't go to the top, you're going to have a V. And sometimes I purposely do the V because I want it in the design. But this one, close it nice and evenly. Okay, so let me just do this. I want to just slip stitch it there. Now I want to show you this mandala. Look, we made this in real time. How long? Oh, we've been on here half an hour. Okay. Well, that's because I'm talking to you, but we could have, but you see that kind of the subtle pink row that we put in there. It is there, you know, and you do see it kind of popping up there a little. And it's really pretty because the indigo blue here, if you can see, it has little hints of red. So I really love that. So we have our indigo blue. So in Chakra, that's our third eye. And then we have a little of the red coming through, or it's a deep pink, but it's in the red realm, which is talking safety and protection. And then we have our beautiful yellow, which is confidence and empowerment and enlightenment. So far we have 3, and I've got to tie these off in the back, you know, weave them in. But we have 3 mandalas that we've made. Whoops, this one kind of came apart a little bit. Oh, that's all right. But this is super pretty. I really like this one. So so far, you see, you could put this here, maybe that up there, or you start arranging them. So I think what I'd like to do is add a little bit more to this the next time we're on. And maybe I will put the pink around this yellow, and then it will bring this little pink in the background out more. So, but with that, I hope you're working on your beautiful chakra blanket or scarf or whatever it is that you're making. We have one viewer, she's working on a mandala rug. So, you know, that's another idea too. And it's lovely. So with that, I hope that you're having a beautiful evening. If you have any questions on how to close or how to begin the mandala, just let me know. And don't be afraid to try, you know, stitches like, oh my, this might be ridiculous. Try it, because you can always pull it out if you don't like it. So with that, I hope you have an absolutely beautiful evening. And the next mandala we're going to do will be all chains. And it will kind of look like little seashells or whatnot. It'll be really lovely, very easy, so much fun to do. So with that, I hope you have a beautiful evening, and I send you love and light.